Hey, welcome back, everyone. I know in the last video we did, when we did that Will It Run on that Murray 22-inch lawnmower we got going, I said that the next video we did was going to be that old rally that was a driveway drop-off that we were going to try to get running. Well, we'll get to that, but, well, I had something happen yesterday, actually, so we're going to go about fixing this. This is my snowblower here. This is a Yard Machines 524. I'll show you. We got us a little bit of a snowstorm up here in Michigan this week, so I was out using this yesterday, and well, the auger quit working on it. So we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot and see what the heck I did to this thing. Either I broke the gearbox in it, or hopefully it's just a belt, because that's the cheap way to go, right? So let's dive into this and see what Sean did to break his snowblower. Let me go ahead and start this guy up here. That way you can see what it does. You know, when I hit the auger drive on it, she should start right up. This is a good running machine. Okay, and I'm going to hit the auger drive. Nothing, as you can see, the tines aren't spinning on it, and the auger itself is not spinning. All right, well, first thing we're going to do, let's make sure I didn't bust a freaking gearbox on this. So I'm going to take and give this a spin. Okay, so that auger turns. That's good. Oops, got a stone down in there. Get that out of there. Okay, got more garbage and stones down there. Alrighty. There we go, now it spins over. So that spins over real good. The gearbox is turning. These aren't locked up. So that's good news right there. So more than likely, I either spit the belt off of it or broke it, or maybe it sheared the Woodruff key that holds the pulley on it for your auger drive, and maybe that pulley is just spinning around on it, around the belt. So we'll go ahead and pop this belt cover off here and see what happens. That will be the telltale story. Go ahead and pop my two bolts off here. It's just a couple 10mm bolts that hold this guard on. Yeah, I need to take and get this fixed here, because we got more snow coming. So I definitely don't want to be broke down. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you out there. When this broke, I was being kind of rough on this thing. So I was working a little too hard and pushing it a little harder as I should, because the snow that we got, it was that really wet, heavy stuff. And yeah, I was in a hurry to get it done because it was cold outside, and I wanted to sit inside the house and watch my TV and drink beer. So apparently it was a bad idea. Well, this is what Sean did. Here's the belt right here. Well, yep. This is what Sean did. He broke the belt on it. So, well, that's not too bad. So we'll go ahead and clean this out here with a garden hose, and we'll put a new belt on it, and we should be back up and going again. All right, I got this all washed up pretty good. Now you can see the belt house busted right here. Now to change this belt, the first thing you're going to want to do is squeeze your auger control up on the handlebar so it opens this finger up. I'll show you so you can get that belt out. See, I'm squeezing. See how that opens that up? I'm squeezing the auger control here. So we'll do that, and we'll pull this belt out through the top. Alrighty. Well, there's our broken belt right there. I think I got one of these over on the rack. I'll have to go check here. So I just took and pulled the bottom cover off of this, and I'm going to wash all this out good and clean it with soap, and I'll take and put some chain wax on the gears here just for a little lubrication, and Ooh, that friction disc on here is getting down a little bit on this, but you know, I'm gonna have to come back to that later, so that's not a big deal. We just need to get it going for right now. But this is this is my living testament right here, and I burnt myself on this being reckless. I'll admit it. I tell my customers all the time, you got to take your time blowing wet, heavy snow because of this same exact thing. I say that's a good way to. I always say it's a good way to blow the belts off the snowblower. Well, here I am. I'm contradicting myself, and I went and did it, and well, now I'm paying for it. So listen to your small engine guys. They've been there and they know. I'm just using some of that Zep Industrial Purple cleaner that I use. I've done a video on this stuff before. I tell you what, this stuff is it's incredible degreaser. I buy this stuff in 5-gallon pails, you know, so it's this. I tell you what, I'll leave a link in my description on this stuff here. You can get it right on Amazon. You can get it in small bottles if you want to try it out for yourself, and it won't cost you a whole lot of money. And if it's something you like as much as, you know, I do, okay, well, they got the big 5-gallon pails too. So, yeah, check it out. Yeah, Amazon, they'll bring it right to your door, and you don't have to get out in the snow and cold to go get it. You can't beat it. Well, that worked out. I had a belt on hand for this. If you have one of these type of snow blowers, your part number is going to be 954-0430C, and this is a genuine MTD Troy built part. I generally try to stay with the OEM type belts when it comes to snow blowers. I just feel they're a better quality, and I have used, you know, aftermarket belts before in a pinch, but it just seems with the quality on them, you get a couple years out of them, and you notice they start stretching and slipping, where in most cases of normal use on these belts, you might get 3. At least that's what I've found in my area around here with the type of snowfall that we get. You know, other areas like up in Canada, where you get a lot more snow, it might be a yearly thing. You got to change your belts, right? So let's go ahead and pop this belt on. Well, in order to put this belt on to make it easy, you know, we took it off, we squeezed this auger drive, one, so we could slip that finger out, but also as well, your drive, you're going to want to take and squeeze that down, because there's a pressure plate down there that presses up against that pulley in the belt, and it's very difficult to try to slide this belt up in through there to get on the pulley. So I clamp these down. I tell you what, you know what works great for this type of stuff? These cable clamps right here. You know, yeah, they work great for this stuff, or even for your push mowers. If you're trying to troubleshoot them, you want to clamp your safety handle down on it. Not that I'm encouraging that, but so yeah, if you want to know where to get some of these, I'll put a link in my description on this too to help you out. Now what I got to do here is I just got to take and slide this belt right up through here and wrap it around this auger drive pulley. Just like that. And once I get this here, I'm going to release that auger drive handle so this finger comes through and puts pressure on that belt and keeps it from popping off. Just like so. Flip it back over. Okay, now I got the belt coming up here around the pulley, and this is your idler pulley. Now we just need to get on that pulley. Here's a little trick that you can do, because you obviously can't pull that over. I just take and pull the motor over like so. There we go, just like that. Here's your belt. I take and squeeze the auger drive. As you can see, it's actuating like it's supposed to. All right, now we'll take and throw that, put the cover back on, just like that. All right, now we got our gears here. Now some people, they'll take and use lithium grease on here, and you can, that's fine. It's just a little lubrication on there, but I use motorcycle chain wax. This stuff is not as messy, and dirt doesn't stick to chain wax like it does lithium grease. Hence is why they use it on motorcycles, because when you oil the chains on motorcycles, it kind of sucks when you're going down the road and dirt and stuff flings up on your ride, you know, or your clothes. So that's why they came up with this stuff. This stuff here is made by Maxima racing oils. This is a really good product right here. That's all you got to do, give it a spin right there, and you're all done. All right, now I got to take and put our belly pan back on here. There's 6 bolts. Just like that. All right, here's our cover. Once she's all put back together, well, let's fire this thing up and see if this thing starts doing snowblower things, right? If I didn't flood it from being on its side is the next question. All right, see what we got. Hey, how about that? We got augerism, how about that? Whew. All right, well, that's pretty much all it is. Changing your auger belt on one of these MTD yard machine snowblower. No, the 5-horse, 24-inch pass. Not too difficult. I basically did this in 5 minutes time, really. If you want to get technical about it. But yeah, if you've never done something like this before, it might take you a little bit longer. But yeah, we're all ready to go back to work, and I'm ready for the next snowstorm that comes. So yeah, this belt here, I would say this belt was probably on there. I think I replaced this belt 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, thanks for hanging out here and enjoying this little boo-boo I did when I was out blowing snow and I broke the dang thing. So if you're just stopping by here for the first time, checking the channel out, I'd like to give you a friendly welcome. My name is Sean Parmalee. We have all kinds of playlists on the channel of different things that we do. You know, restorations of old farm tractors, even working on some of our old farm all tractors. And we got a few little runs on some old lawn and garden tractors and lawn mowers, and there's quite a few things in there, so there might be something in there you might find you're liking. So until next time, I'll see y'all later. I've done my work for the night. I think it's time to go in and have myself a pizza and maybe a beer and watch some TV or something. I'd say I've earned it after this. Take care, everyone. We'll see you later.